feel like I might have beat the political dead horse to shit. Or maybe it isn't even me, it's others. Didn't quite understand the significance of the United Healthcare murder thing, so didn't really understand that. I mean, people are, not to be insensitive, but people die and are shot every damn day of the week, if not even more often, maybe even a couple folks a day. Seemed to be the way the news on that went, just to kind of get clicks and get people talking about how healthcare is such a bullshit situation. But I see what they did there, and I ain't falling for that. I don't give a shit. I said some ugly things about that whole situation. Even uglier than, well, people die every day. I do get it. Maybe that cat was somebody's dad. Maybe he was somebody's son. Maybe he's around about the same age as me. A little bit younger. Absolutely nailing it at life. Up until he got shot by a bicyclist. That ain't what this video's about. This video's about this stupid ass pardon. Again. But coming at a little bit different of a way. And it made me think of something along the lines that Bernie Sanders said about term limits. And I had thought of that a while back too. The term limit is in the re-election. So if you want that person out of office, a re-election comes up, their term is over, boot them out of office. I get that. So long as maybe people aren't stupid, or two, the asshole in office is willing to let go of the reins of power. I'm talking George Washington here. Like, there was no reason at the time for him to have stepped down after 2 terms. I mean, other than being president is probably a bullshit job. But beyond that, imagine a person with the moral fortitude, say they're a congressperson, and for all I know, maybe somebody did this at one time, to literally step down after 8 years of service and say, hey, listen, that's it for me. That's some moral fortitude right there. As opposed to locking down a lobbyist position, or if you're a general of the military, locking down a contract with a weapon manufacturer. That's some shit, man. And I'd like to think, going by the Federalist Papers, which I'm going to take a look at that again and see what the Federalist Papers say about the privileges of pardon for the executive branch. I'm curious what their original intentions were. In my imagination, I think their original intention was that only a truly moral person who actually didn't require any guidelines would be entrusted with the office of the presidency. Well, probably found out different than the type of person shortly after that. It's a little idealistic. But they were given plenty of levers of power, it seems, between Abraham Lincoln and his expanding executive powers and the further expansion of those executive powers, which some are claiming the deep state installed to serve their own ends. And nobody gives a shit so long as they're in control of those levers of power. But I will say the Biden pardon is an unprecedented example of the bullshit. And there's some interesting conspiracy stuff about why it had to sweep a span of 10, 11 years, dealing that it goes back to the Ukraine, and I think the foreign agent Like he wasn't a registered foreign agent. Hunter, that is. But you tell me. You tell me what you think. I think it'd be a beautiful world where somebody could be trusted that once they were elected president, they didn't need law or regulation one. That single individual didn't need guardrails. They could look at a situation and be entrusted to do what is right. Something along the lines of veto power. Veto power. And to me, say veto power is one side of the coin and executive power is sort of like the other side of that same coin. But imagine a person that could exist above the law and not be an asshole like how Nixon was, like, well, it's not illegal if the president doesn't. That old saying, like, ignorance of the law is no defense. I was corrected in that a while back. And the true term for that is ignorance of common law. So what makes sense in common law and common morality that has been chipped away at? From Clinton to me, in my particular generation and perspective, I'm sure there's been other cases, but I think Bill Clinton perjuring himself and getting on TV like, my understanding, hang on, let me get it dialed in here. My understanding of sexual relations did not meet the criteria for the situation that Monica Lewinsky, that woman, I did not have sexual relations. I put a cigar into her lady bits. And if you look at the marital, the Webster's Merriam Dictionary about non-marital sexual relations, it requires penis entry into a vagina face-to-face, period. And I did not do that with that woman. Therefore, I did not have sexual relations. What say you? Monica Lewinsky would? All right. Catch you asses later. Feel free to comment, I guess. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I appreciate the people that do. I'm digging it, man. Nice to have some fellow poet warrior philosophers out there. Getting old though. About time to hang up them spurs. All right, for real this time. Catch y'all later.